A big announcement for Missoula today. A $13 million federal grant has been secured for what's being called an orderly development on the city's fast-growing west side.
This build grant pencils out to $13 million, providing an initial pot of money to start solving traffic problems and environmental recovery too in that broad area lying west of the North Reserve District. The city, Missoula County, and Chamber of Commerce launched the latest efforts to secure the money this past summer, explaining to Senator Steve Daines the funds were critical to handle what could be as many as 3,000 new homes, businesses, and other projects over the next 10 to 20 years. The build grant forms the genesis of projects to build new infrastructure to not only handle future growth, but resolve current problems like the growing traffic nightmare on roads like Reserve, Westmoreland, and Flynn Lane. Today, news came from Daines, Senator Tester, and Congressman Gianforte that Missoula would receive that $13 million, less than the original application, but enough to get the first phase of work underway. In a press conference, leaders called it a big day for Missoula's economy, but an unprecedented example of cooperation, especially on a joint lobbying trip to Washington, D.C.
So often I think we've seen our community at times splintered over priorities, our vision for the future. This is one of those rare instances where many of us in the community overwhelmingly came together.
We'll be watching to see what the public reaction is to today's announcement. Kevin Davis, who heads the neighborhood group Let's Improve Missoula's Reserve Street, tells us he's anxious to see the details of the grant and how this money will be allocated.
A handful of private partners worked in collaboration to bring this grant to fruition. KPAX's Megan Mannering spoke with Missoula's economic partnership that played a key role as one of those partners. Megan joins us now in the studio with more.
That's right, Jill. I had the chance to speak with Grant Keir, the CEO and president of Missoula Economic Partnership. Now, his team is thrilled about the $13 million grant and what this means for the future of Missoula. Here's what he had to say.
A vibrant community with potential for growth. That's how Grant Keir sees the city of Missoula.
And it's a beautiful place that people are naturally going to want to come and live.
Keir, who's the CEO of Missoula Economic Partnership, has been an advocate for the city in the months leading up to today's big announcement.
We just received a $13 million build grant for Missoula County, the city of Missoula.
That grant will enhance Missoula's infrastructure, something Keir says is crucial as the city continues to serve its current residents and welcome new Missoulians in the future.
What we can do now is build the kind of housing and the kind of space that we need for our companies to grow and for people who are looking for affordable housing to be able to have places that they can afford to go home every night and feel like they're building a home, a family, and a future.
But Keir knows creating new housing and making other changes like improved transportation infrastructure will have roadblocks of its own.
And we know this is a very exciting time of growth for our community, but that growth comes with challenges. What this funding allows us to do is invest in the infrastructure that can allow us to mitigate those challenges and really showcase the growth that we want to see here and that we have the potential to embrace here.
Now, the funding received today, that $13 million, does have to be spent by 2026. And Keir told me he hopes to see those funds allocated towards increased safety measures, traffic challenges, and affordable housing options for Missoulians. Back to you.